Welcome. Thank you for joining me. We are going to start laying on our backs today. So as you come on to your back, find a big X shape with your body, extending the arms and the legs out diagonally. Take a really deep breath in. And as you exhale, just allow yourself to drop into the ground beneath you, allowing the breath to become your focal point. Maybe you close the eyes or just softly gaze at one point right above you, consciously beginning to lengthen the inhales and the exhales, giving yourself a moment here to simply arrive. I want to share a short little passage with you. This is by Annie Dillard. And she writes, "You don't run down the present, pursue it with baited hooks and nets. You wait for it, empty-handed, and you are filled." So often we can really struggle and fight to try and be present. And the truth is, settling into the present moment is really about surrender. It's not about fighting ourselves or our thoughts or anything external that may distract us, or internal, right? It's about a real surrender and opening, a softening around what is. I invite you, as you practice, to see if you can simply open up to the present moment, releasing any struggle, any expectations, just allowing yourself to sweetly surrender to the present moment. Take a really deep breath in and let all the breaths go. Take another deep, deep breath in and let all the breaths go. One more really deep breath in here. And let all the breaths go. This time, as you inhale, extend the arms and the legs a little farther away from you. Really stretch, stretch, stretch. And as you exhale, draw the knees in toward your chest. Catch the shins, round your forehead up toward your knees. Make the smallest, tightest fall that you can. Inhale, extend back out into that X shape, reaching, reaching, reaching. As you exhale, curl back up into a ball. Draw the knees in toward your chest. Draw the forehead up toward the knees. One last time, pause here, really feeling what it's like to be this expansive, this open, also this vulnerable. As you exhale, curling in on yourself, making that tight, tight ball. What does it feel like to be this tiny and scrunched up, curling in on yourself, closed off? As you exhale, bring the feet down to the mat, let the head drop back down, bringing the hands onto the rib cage. Both feet are planted in alignment with the sit bones. The knees are pointing straight to the ceiling. Deep, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Hug the right knee into your chest. Lengthen the left leg long on the mat in front of you. Just pause here for a moment. Holding on to the right shin with just the right hand. Let the left hand come down by your side. Start to circle that right knee in one direction. Warming up the hip joint, finding the full range of motion with that right hip, and then reverse your circles. Perfectly okay if you're rocking side to side a bit here. Come back to center. Bring the left foot back onto the mat. Reach that right foot up toward the ceiling. Flex the foot. Interlace the hands behind your right thigh. Flex and point through the foot. Make sure that your feet and your whole spine are still on the mat. Start to circle your right ankle in one direction. If you need to keep a bend in that right knee, that's perfectly okay. Reverse the ankle circles. Try to relax the shoulders and the face. Pause for a moment as you flex the right foot. Think of leaving your footprint on the ceiling. Maybe you lengthen the leg just a touch longer if you can. And bend that right knee back into your chest. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh, making a figure 4 shape with your legs. You might find that this is enough sensation for you, enough stretch. You might want to draw that left thigh up toward your chest, threading the hands through the legs, interlacing the hands behind that left thigh. Actively flex the right foot. Let that right knee fall away from the right shoulder. Keep the upper body out of this. One more slow, deep breath here. And let all the breath go. Bring the left foot back down to the mat as you lifted the foot, untangling the arms and the legs. Both feet are grounded. Bring the hands to your rib cage. Take a deep breath in. Feel the belly lift up into the hands. And as you exhale, feel the back body soften into the ground. Hugging the left knee into your chest. Lengthen the right leg nice and long on the mat. And again, just pause here for a moment, feeling the length through the right side. Left hip drops into the left hip socket. Holding on to that left knee with just the left hand. Right hand comes by your side. Start to circle the left knee in one direction. And reverse the circles. Again, just feeling the full range of motion of your hips here. Coming back to center. Plant the right foot on the mat. Right knee points up toward the ceiling, and then extend the left foot up toward the ceiling, interlacing the hands behind the thigh. Flex and point through the left foot. Again, most important is that your entire spine stays grounded. So if your seat is lifting, bring a little bend to the left knee so that your spine can drop all the way down. Circling your left ankle in one direction. Relax the shoulders. Reverse your ankle circle. Pause, flexing through the left foot. Think of leaving your left footprint on the ceiling. Bend your left knee back into your chest, crossing left ankle over right thigh, making that figure 4 shape with your legs. Welcome to keep the right foot on the ground, or you draw that right thigh up toward your chest, threading the arms through the legs, interlacing the hands behind your right thigh. This will deepen the stretch. Might feel great for some of you, might not be what some of you need, right? Listen to your own body and your own breath. Really dropping into the present, not expecting anything from your body or your practice. Simply being open to what is, receptive to what is. Bringing both feet back down to the mat, untangling the arms and the legs. Hands come on to the rib cage. Take a deep breath in. And let all the breath go. As you inhale, hug the knees into the chest. As you exhale, extend the arms and the legs out into that big X shape one more time. And draw the knees back into the chest, round the forehead up toward the knees, making a tight, tight ball. And then bring the hands to the backs of your thighs. Start to rock up and down along the spine. If this doesn't feel great for you, you can simply roll to one side and press yourself up to sit. You're rocking up and down. Rock yourself all the way up to sit. And then meeting in a comfortable cross-legged seat, rounding down evenly on both sit bones. sitting up nice and tall. As you inhale, reach the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhale, twist to the right, bring your left hand to the right knee. Tent up the right fingertips on the ground behind you as you inhale. Sit up a little bit taller. As you exhale, see if you can twist a little more deeply, looking over your right shoulder. Come back up through center as you inhale, reach up, look up. As you exhale, twist to the left, bringing that right hand to the left knee. I'm going to shift a bit so you have a slightly different view. Keep the shoulders right over the hips, gazing over the back shoulder if that feels okay for your neck. You inhale, come back up through center, reach up, high prayer. Exhale, twist to the right one more time. Inhale, sit up even taller. Exhale, see if you can twist a little more deeply. And then lift your right arm up to frame your face. You're going to drop your left shoulder toward your left knee. Keep that right sit bone anchoring down into the ground. Nice long stretch through the right side body. Bring the right hand to the left knee so you're crossing right at the tops of the arms, rounding through the entire back. Let the chin drop to the chest. Come up with the arms still crossed. Bring your fingertips toward your shoulder blades. Walk those fingertips back just a little bit more. Big bear hug here. As you inhale, lift the elbows, the chest, and the gaze. Exhale, drop the elbows round, especially through the upper back. As you inhale, release the wrap of the arms. Reach up, look up, high prayer, twisting to the left. As you inhale, sit up taller. Keep the shoulders right over the hips as you exhale. Maybe you spiral a little more deeply from below abdomen and back. Reach that left arm up to frame your face. Drop the right shoulder toward the right knee. Again, keep that left sit bone anchoring down. Reaching long through the left arm. And then bring the left hand to the right knee, crossing at the tops of the arms. Let the chin drop toward the chest. Let the entire spine round here. As you come up to sit, keep the arms crossed. Walk those fingertips back a little bit more. Big bear hug, nice stretch for the arms, the shoulders, and the back. As you inhale, lift the elbows, lift the chest and the gaze. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest, drop the elbows down, rounding through the entire back. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Coming on to your hands and knees, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, moving through a few rounds of cat and cow. As you inhale, tuck the toes under, lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhaling for cat, untuck the toes, rounding chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhaling for cow, tuck all 10 toes under, hammock the belly down, lift the gaze. Exhaling for cat, untuck the toes, press into the tops of the feet and all 10 fingers. One more round, inhaling for cow, opening wide across the collarbones. Exhaling for cat, rounding as deeply as you can. Coming to a neutral spine. Lengthen the right leg long behind you, toes tucked under, and just rock back and forth a few times here, opening up through the foot and the leg. And then bring that right knee down, lengthen the left leg long behind you, all 5 toes tucked under. Again, just rock back and forth. Keep the gaze past the top edge of the mat, stay open across the collarbone. Bring that left knee back down to the ground. Inhaling for cow, tuck the toes under, hammock the belly down. Exhaling for cat, rounding as deeply as you can. Really press the ground away with the hands. Coming to your neutral spine, lengthen the right leg long behind you. Left foot meets it in plank pose, top of a push-up. Take one deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale, reaching the sit bones up, finding that inverted V shape. Start to pedal through the feet, sending one heel closer to the ground and then the other. Maybe shake the head out a little bit if you're gathering tension in the shoulders, the neck, or the face. And gradually start to find stillness here. Pull up through the front of the thighs, gazing right between your big toes. Starting to move with your breath here as you inhale, come forward to plank pose. Downward dog as you exhale, gaze between your big toes. Inhale forward to plank, gaze past the top edge of the mat. Downward dog as you exhale, backs of the thighs press toward the back edge of the mat. Inhale forward to plank pose. Lower just the knees. Lower the chest and the chin, elbows point straight back. Baby cobra, press into the tops of the feet as you lift the heart and the gaze. Hover your palms for a moment. Check that you are truly just using the strength of your back and not the arms. Press the palms back down. Tuck your toes under. Press back to your downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in, fully present in this moment. Let all the breaths go. Start to walk your feet up to the top edge of the mat, taking 4 or 5 little baby steps. There's absolutely no rush. When you've arrived at the top of the mat, feet are truly parallel, right under your hips. Let the weight rock forward in your feet. Bend the knees. Imagine that you're trying to rest the abdomen on the thighs. So think more of releasing the back body, less of stretching the legs just yet. Grab opposite elbows here. And it might feel really nice to simply stay still. You might want to sway the torso side to side, just like an elephant trunk. Maybe you shake the head out a little bit. Switch elbows on top so you're holding in a non-habitual way. And again, maybe you sway a little bit or shake the head out. Maybe stillness is feeling really nice, and that's what you're needing in this moment. Release the elbows. Keep the knees bent and the head heavy. Slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head is the very last thing to arrive. When you've arrived, no rush. You'll shrug the shoulders up and back a few times. Let yourself stand tall in Tadasana, mountain pose. Fingertips reach straight down, palms spiral forward. Drop your chin to your chest. Circle the right ear to the right shoulder. Just pause here. Breathing into the side of your the left side of your neck and that left shoulder. And then bring your chin back to your chest. Circle the left ear to the left shoulder. Make sure the shoulders are dropping away from the ears. It's just the head that moves to the left, right? You didn't start to drop the torso. And bring your chin back to your chest. Bring the hands into prayer at the heart center. Taking a moment here. Moment of sweet surrender, opening to the present moment, not fighting for it. As you inhale, lift your heart up toward your thumbs. Exhale, lift your chin away from your chest. You inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Touch your left wrist with the right hand. Reach up and over to the right side. Come back up through center switch. Catch your right wrist. Reach up and over to the left. Come back up through center. Reach both arms up high. Prayer. Look up to your thumbs. Draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs. Let the weight build forward. Inhaling to your flat back. Shield on mountain back. Crown of the head reaching forward. Try to get your chest parallel to the ground. Step your left foot back to your low lunge. Pause here for a full breath. Your right knee is directly over the right ankle. One more breath in. As you exhale, lower that left knee down, untuck the toes, slide the hands up to the top of your right thigh. Let the hips shift forward and down. This is the one spot where it's safe for that front knee to go a little bit past the front ankle. Reach the arms up to frame your face, Anjaneyasana. As you inhale, shrug the shoulders all the way up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Reach the arms back behind you, circle them down to the mat. Tuck your left toes under, lift that left knee inside. Take a deep breath in here, get longer through the spine. As you exhale, straighten the right leg as much as you can. Pull that right hip crease back and in to help you square the hips, softening your shoulders here. Relax the face, let the head go. Left heel is reaching straight back and down. As you inhale, re-bend your right knee over the right ankle, gaze past the top edge of your mat. Left foot meets the right at the top of the mat, folding over both legs in Uttanasana. Let the breath, the head, and any thoughts go here. Lift the arms out and up, high prayer. As you reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Touch your right wrist with the left hand. Reach up and over to the left side. Maybe give a gentle tug on that right wrist to deepen the stretch. Right shoulder spirals open. Come back up through center. Catch your left wrist with the right hand. Reach up and over to the right side. Try to keep both shoulders and hips square to the front of the mat. Come back up through center, reach up, look up, high prayer. Draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs. Let the weight rock forward in the feet. As you inhale, find your flat back. Lift your upper back towards the ceiling just a little bit more. Step the right foot back to your low lunge. Pause here for a full breath. Right heel reaches back as the crown of the head reaches forward. As you exhale, lower that right knee down, untuck the toes, slide the hands up to the top of your left thigh. Shift the hips forward and down, press into the hands to lift up out of the waist, lift the arms up to frame your face. Palms face one another. As you inhale, shrug your shoulders all the way up to the ears. Feel that tension. As you exhale, drop the shoulders, feel the release. Pull the arms back behind you and then down to the mat. Tuck your right toes under, lengthen that right leg long. Take a deep breath in here, get longer through the spine. As you exhale, straighten the left leg as much as you can. Low abdomen spirals over the top of your left thigh to help you square the hips off here. Try to extend through the mid and the upper back a little bit more so you're hinging from the hips, not rounding through the spine to create this stretch through the back of the left leg. You inhale, re-bend your left knee over the left ankle. Right foot meets the left at the top of the mat. As you exhale, folding forward, let everything go for a moment. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer, reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Slow, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, shoulders drop down, fingertips reach up. Draw your prayer through the midline, fold forward over the legs, let the breath go, let the head go. Inhale into your flat back, reaching as long as you can to both sides of the waist. Step your left foot back to your low lunge. As you start to straighten your right leg, walk your hands to the left, coming into a wide straddle facing the left side of your mat. Toes turn in just a touch more than the heels. Walk the hands back so that the fingertips are in the same line as the toes. Here as well, the weight rocks forward, out of the heels, really pull up through the thighs, crown of the head heavily drops to the ground, hip bones lightly lift up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, sweep the arms out and up, high prayer, reach up, look up, and then reach the arms diagonally out. Find that big X shape again, just like we had when we were on our backs on the ground. Yes, reach, take up space. Give yourself permission to take up space. Bring that right hand to the outer edge of the right leg, reach up and over, stretching through the left thigh. Lift the right arm to frame your face. Come back up through center. Left hand comes to the outer edge of the left thigh, reaching up and over, long stretch through that right thigh. Lift your left arm, a little bit of side abdominal work, oblique work, rise on up. Bring your hands to your hips. Warrior two facing the front of your mat. Turn the right toes forward. Shift your left heel back so the left big toe is pointing toward the left top corner of the mat. Notice that that left hip and shoulder start to spiral forward. Try to keep the shoulders and hips square to the side of the mat. And then bend your right knee over the right ankle. Notice if you started dropping that front hip. Lift the front hip, press into the back foot even more. Reach the arms out. Actively imagine pressing your palms onto a table here. See, the arms are active. You're lifting up out of the waist. Gaze over the front fingertips. Present and grounded in this moment. Flip your right palm. Peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Spin to the ball of your left foot so you're back in that low lunge. Deep breath in. As you exhale, back to your downward dog, shifting a little more weight into the legs. Inhaling forward to plank pose, top of the push-up, downward dog as you exhale. Inhale forward to plank pose, stay open across the chest, downward dog as you exhale. One more time, inhale forward to plank, stay here as you exhale. One more breath in, you've got this. Lower the knees, the chest and the chin. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up, point the toes back and down. Downward dog as you exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the chest toward the tops of the thighs. Spread the fingers evenly, pressing into the thumbs and the forefingers. Slowly walk your feet up to the top edge of the mat. Again, there's absolutely no rush. When you're at the very top of the mat, let everything go for a moment. You inhale, sweep the arms out and up, high prayer, reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, grounding down on both feet. Draw your prayer through the midline, fold forward over the legs. Let the breath go, let the head go, let any distracting thoughts go. Inhaling to your flat back, extending long through the spine. Stepping your right foot back to your low lunge. As you straighten the left leg, walk your hands to the right, coming back to that wide straddle, Prasarita Padottanasana. Toes are turning in just a touch more than the heels. Walk the fingertips back to be in alignment with the toes as you press into the outer edges of the feet. Lift the arches of the feet, lifting through the thighs and the entire inseam of both legs. As you inhale, sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Reach the arms out, find that X shape, feel the expansiveness. And then bring the left hand to the outer edge of the left thigh, reach up and over. Lift the left arm to frame your face, rise back up through center. Right hand to the outer edge of the right thigh, reaching up and over, one long line of energy through that left side. Lift the right arm, rise on up, bringing your hands to your hips, warrior two on the left side. Turn those left toes to face the top edge of the mat. Shift your right heel back. Keep that right hip and shoulder spiraling open, yes, and then bend your left knee over the left ankle. In a perfect world, which this is not, we're aiming to get the left thigh parallel to the floor and the ceiling, right? Again, make sure that front hip isn't dropping down. Really press into the back foot. Lift that left hip, reach the arms straight out from the shoulders. Gaze over the left fingertips. Steady breath. Come back to that breath, yes. That is your gateway into the present moment. It's your guide, it's your grounding. Flip your left palm, peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Spin to the ball of your right foot. Step back to your downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Gazing between your big toes. Flowing with your breath. Inhale forward to plank pose, just like a wave. Downward dog. As you exhale, try to initiate from the low abdominal muscles. Inhale forward to plank. Gaze past the top edge of the mat. Downward dog. As you exhale, gaze between your big toes. Inhale forward to plank. Stay here as you exhale. Think of pressing the ground away. Deep breath in. Lowering the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up. Relax the forehead. Downward dog as you exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Backs of the thighs press toward the back edge of the mat. Begin to walk your feet up toward the top edge of the mat. Again, there's absolutely no rush. You're at the top of the mat. Soften the knees. Let the weight spill forward. Sweep the arms out and up. High prayer. Reach up. Look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Take a full breath here. Nice and grounded. Inhale. Sweep the arms out and up. Draw your prayer through the midline. Folding forward over the legs. Inhaling to your flat back, lift your upper back toward the ceiling just a little bit more. Yes, step your left foot back to your low lunge. As you straighten the right leg, walk your hands to the left, coming back to your wide straddle, Prasarita Padasana. This time, circle the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers as if you were holding your own hand. Reach your knuckles toward the ceiling. Let the crown of the head drop down toward the mat. Really pull up through the thighs, strong through those legs. Release the hands. As you inhale, sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Reach the arms out, find that big X shape. Feel your body in space. Right hand to the outer edge of the right leg, reaching up and over. Lift that right arm, come up through center. Left hand to the outer edge of the left leg. Reach all the way up and over. Lift your left arm. Rise on up. Warrior two. Right away. Tee the arms. Turn the right toes to face the top of the mat. Shift that left heel. Bend the right knee over the right ankle. Lift your right palm. Peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Side angle, Parshvottanasana. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Reach the left arm overhead. Wrap that right hip underneath you as you press into the right forearm. Lift up out of the side waist even more. Try to wrap the right side of your chest and ribcage toward the ceiling, toward that left hand. Circle the left hand down to the mat. Spin to the ball of your left foot. Reach the right arm up toward the ceiling for a low lunge twist. Reach the right arm overhead. Circle the hand down to the mat. Feet stay right where they are as you exhale. Straighten your right leg, folding forward. Inhale, rebend your right knee over the right ankle. Rise up to a high lunge. Stack your shoulders right over your hips. It's perfectly okay if there are lots of wobbles and bobbles. Yes, they guide us to center. They're not very to get frustrated with. As you inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Ground down in that right foot. Draw the left knee up toward your chest. Bring the hand hands under that right thigh, just as when you're on our back. Pull up through your standing leg. Crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling. Try to keep your thigh where it is and extend the leg as much as you can. If it's straight, great. If you need to keep it super bent, great. Shoulders stay right over the hips. Don't let yourself hinge back here. Try to keep the leg where it is. Reach the arms up to frame your face, present in this moment, even if there's struggle involved, yes? Rebend that left knee. Step back to your high lunge. Both feet on the ground again. Lower the hands down to the mat. Step back to your downward dog. Inhale forward to plank. Lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up. Press back to your downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep, deep breath in. Let all the breath go. Walk your feet up to the top edge of the mat. Enjoy the journey. Be curious about the journey, right? Don't rush through the transition. Don't check out during the transition. Top of the mat, grounded on both feet. As you inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs. Relax the toes and the jaw. Inhaling to your flat back. Right foot steps back to your low lunge. As you straighten the left leg, walk your hands to the right, coming into that wide straddle, Prasarita Padottanasana. Again, toes are turning in just a touch more than the heels. Circle the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers with the non-habitual thumb on top. The way that feels a little or a lot funky, yes? As you reach the knuckles toward the ceiling, let the weight rock forward. Crown of the head heavily drops towards the mat. Release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. High prayer, reach up, look up. Bring that left hand to the outer edge of the left leg. Reach all the way up and over. Lift the left arm back up through center. Right hand to the outer edge of that right leg, reaching all the way up and over. Lift the right arm. Rise on up, warrior two. Turn the left toes out, shift that right heel back. Press the palms down, stay lengthened through the neck. Soft through the heart center. Lift your left palm, peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Side angle, Parsvakonasana, left forearm to the left thigh, right arm reaches overhead. Notice if you're sticking your feet out behind you. Try to wrap your hips under you. Lift up out of that left side. Press into the back foot even more. Circle the right hand down to the mat. Spin to the ball of your right foot and reach the left arm up toward the ceiling for your low lunge twist. Reach the left arm overhead. Circle the hand down to the mat, feet right where they are. Straighten the left leg, folding forward. Soften those shoulders. Rebend your left knee over the left ankle. Feel the inner thighs hug in toward your midline as you rise up to your high lunge. Stack those shoulders right over the hips. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Press into the left foot. Ground down to draw the right knee up toward your chest. Pull up through your standing leg. Interlace the hands under your right thigh. Shoulders stay over the hips. See if you can straighten that right leg in front of you. Again, if it needs to stay bent, that is okay. Shoulders stay over the hips. Reach the arms up to frame your face. Try not to hinge back. Really lift through the low abdominal muscles. Rebend that right leg. Step back to your high lunge. And lower the hands down to the mat. Step back to your downward dog. Gaze between the big toes. Inhale forward to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up. lower the forehead down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Hover the palms off the mat. Circle the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Reach your knuckles back. Try to lift your thumbs away from your feet. You can keep the feet grounded or lift the legs. Yogi's choice, yes? One more breath here. Little tuck with your chin so the back of the neck stays long. And release down to the mat. Rest the left cheek down. It feels good to sway the hips a little. Sway the hips. And then bring the forehead back down to the mat. Walk the legs closer to one another and farther behind you. One last back bend here, strengthening those posture muscles. Inhale, lift and lengthen everything away from the mat for Shalabhasana. Hands can stay by your side, or if you want to interlace the hands behind your back, once again, go for it. See what feels best in your body right here, right now, in the present moment, yes? Ego aside. And release down to the mat. Rest the opposite cheek down. Nice passive neck stretch here. Again, if it feels good to sway the hips a little, sway the hips. Bring the forehead back down to the mat. Bring the hands under your shoulders. Child pose. Hips to the heels. Big toes touch. Knees are as wide as they need to be. Third eye, center of the forehead drops down to the ground. Come back to the breath, lengthening the inhales and the exhales. Allowing yourself to ground down. Begin to wind down. Slowly roll up, sit on the shins. Let the hips fall to one side. Bring the legs out in front of you. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees fall open. Heels are pretty far in front of you, so you have a nice wide diamond shape with the legs. Let yourself just round forward, bringing the forehead toward the tops of the feet. The low back rounds. The hips just melt open. The shoulders melt away from the ears. You are quite literally looking inward here. Take this time to honestly check in with yourself. No judgment, just acknowledging how you're feeling in this moment. Acknowledging how you are in this present moment, right here, right now. Not how you were 5 minutes ago, 5 breaths ago. Not how you anticipate you will feel later, but truthfully, how do you feel in this moment? One more breath here in Tadasana. Slowly come back up to sit. Draw the knees in toward one another. Make sure you have space behind you, holding on to the backs of the thighs. Feet stay grounded. Slowly come all the way on to your back. Hug the knees into your chest. Inhale. Squeeze the knees in, round your forehead up toward those knees. Exhale, extend out into that X shape one more time here. Really reach, 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 reach. And round back into your tight little ball. Squeeze everything in as tightly as you can. And then as you exhale, release into Shavasana. Legs reach long in front of you. Arms are by your sides. Palms face up. Let the eyes float closed. Let the back body drop heavy into the ground. Take a really deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Allowing the efforts of your practice to soak in. Remembering that no effort, no matter how small or how large, is ever wasted. You don't run down the present, pursue it with baited hooks and nets. You wait for it, empty-handed, and you are filled. Let your next breath be a little bit deeper. Bring some gentle movements into the fingers and toes. If it feels right to nod the head side to side, nod the head. Slide the feet onto the mat one at a time. Reach the arms overhead, stretching through the torso. And gently roll to the right side into fetal position. Pressing into your top hand, come up to your cross-legged feet once again, Sukhasana. Let yourself find stillness with the eyes closed. Joining the palms in prayer at the heart center. Lightly lift your heart up toward the thumbs. Sealing our practice with one Om together. The best within me bows to the best within you. Namaste. Thank you.